There's a whole generation of people caught between caring for their aging parents and their own children. They're members of the sandwich generation, and they're getting stretched thin, sometimes emotionally and financially.
In an Eyewitness News special report, CBS 47's Zara Arboleda shows us how families are learning to adapt.
Think like you're old. My good side. This is my good side, don't forget.
Robert Romanasi and his dad Louis are navigating the mess of their future home. Well, homes. Robert will live upstairs, 85-year-old Louis downstairs. Two separate front doors, one roof.
I have a son, 3.5-year-old son, and this is his grandfather, and I want them closer together. And the house is perfect. It's perfect for housing all of us under one roof.
First time I saw him, I said, Jesus, Robert, get that house, and I'll live there. Okay, so he went along with it.
It's a beast of a remodel, but Robert's #1 goal is to be able to give his dad a safe place to stay while helping him maintain some independence.
It's hard to get a hold of him sometimes because he doesn't hear his phone. So this way I could just step on the floor, stomp on it a few times, get his attention, and we'll be able to make contact a lot easier.
Robert's in a growing segment of the American population known as the sandwich generation. A recent Pew Research Center study finds 1 out of 3 people ages 40 to 59 provide support to a parent over the age of 65. A whopping 63% also provide financial support to a grown child.
Ready?
Like 21-year-old Kayla Relka of Clovis. Last year, she and her daughter Ellie, who was just 4 months old at the time, needed a place to stay. Kayla's dad didn't think twice about moving them back in.
It was all of a sudden, so it just kind of happened, and I mean, it just turns out that it works really good.
The transition was surprisingly easy. Kayla started working for her dad's company, saving money to hopefully move into her own apartment. And Grandpa now has a much bigger role in Ellie's life.
It's really good. They're able to get along and get to know each other, and he's able to be there for her when she's growing up.
Kayla's house is big enough to accommodate 2 families, but there's a growing market for new homes that go by the separate but together motto. Developer Lennar has designed an entire line of models around sandwich generation families.
This is our next gen home, and walk in through the front door and I'll show you where the suite is.
Each next-gen model has a main house, and then there's a separate wing with 1 or 2 bedrooms, a living room, kitchenette, bathroom. Unlike traditional in-law suites, these homes have 2 entrances, one from the inside of the house and another outside.
We saw that there was just this growing demand for people that are living together, and so they need to find a way to get along and yet have their own separate spaces.
When Lennar first unveiled the next-gen line about 3 years ago, this smaller model was the only one offered. Since then, it's added 4 more designs, and the biggest one is 1,200 square feet larger.
It wasn't limited to just an older generation moving in. We have the boomerang kids, 18 to 30 years old, moving back in because they can't find a job or other economic reasons.
Oh.
That Elle?
Yep, she says hi.
She says hi. I love her. I love you, Ellie.
Boomerang kids like Kayla. Even when her dad's out of town, he checks in on his daughter and granddaughter, something Kayla doesn't mind at all.
He respects my space and my time, but at the same time, I mean, he's my dad, so he's always going to have that protective instinct, that kicks in every once in a while.
Is it something you mind at all? Or?
No, not at all.
The Romanasis also liking this newest version of their family.
That will be fine. That's what I like, having my grandson next to me.
He's 85, so if he lives to 100, I don't imagine he'll be living alone, so he'll be here with family. That's the way it should be.
I'm telling you, he treats me like a son. I like that.
Zara Arboleda, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
I love it. The Lennar next generation homes, by the way, start at $307,000. What a great setup.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of 7 kids,
Right.
and we're like fighting over who gets my parents, who are young, they're in their 50s, so they don't even need anything right now,
Yeah.
but it's like, I get them.
Terrific idea. Yeah, you get them. Yeah, you need
I'm
one of
oldest.
those
I get
next-gen
them.
homes. How
Yes, the
about that?
Lennar home. I love it. Well, for information on those homes and a link to resources for sandwich generation families, go to our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
Love that story.